you'll see we'll start using it now.
All
right. Has everything except for the city court conditions of release in here. We've got a lot of people.
Oh, did she just
Good morning, everybody.
People? That is I guess that's a plus.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Depending.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What side of the spectrum you're on. Good morning, Your Honor. Let me put myself right here on where the TV is at. And the logo, I guess, put it over here.
No jail yet. It's 2 minutes after.
Yeah, you're running a little bit late, Your Honor. I mean, but I'm not the one to complain, so do as you will. You wield all the power in here.
The county attorney will be on here.
Hey, thank you for that badge, Christy. Highly appreciate it.
And Spanish-speaking interpreter will be there, and if we don't have any Spanish speakers, we'll just confirm that with the jail, and then you can let them go. Otherwise, they'll just hang out on the line until our Spanish speaker comes up.
Okay,
and then we have
I like the pace.
This is who this is. We'll be on there in case you have questions for them. You can see Ajo Jail's on there today.
Oh, wait. Thank you, Christy. We got two Christys in here. What the what? That's what I'm talking about. All right, and I just got to open this up here, and we should be good to go. All right. Welcome to You Have a Collect Call From, where...
So I'm flipping back and forth.
We just deal with, did you get the, yeah, hey, I did get the sinks, both of them, yeah. I got, the only thing that I need is, one of the,
like, I want to make sure that people don't.
I don't even know what to call it, but where you plug in the hose, it got worn down, so I got to replace that. So I got to run to
Can you unmute at the jail, please?
Okay, then we're on. I'll tell you guys all about my sink problems later. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Michael Lanier.
Okay, Michael Lanier.
Mr. Lanier, I am seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, assault, and then 3 counts of disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Give me just a moment while I review your paperwork.
On YouTube, on YT, I got 2. I got a board of parole hearing, and I got this one. You just got to look under my live so you can select one or the other. Can't hear it very well. If you can't hear them, it's because that unfortunately I have no control over that. Their audio sometimes is a little bit low, so I'll try to keep it down to a minimum so you guys could go ahead and hear them. Having hearing technical difficulties. What the what? You see, it's me. I can barely hear you. Hear me? Can you hear me now? What about now? Can you hear me now? Where you at? That was just a test, only a test. We can hear you. All right. Thank you for the confirmation. Highly appreciate it. Just not the court. Okay, because they're not.
So Mr. Lanier, pretrial services spoke with your wife, the alleged victim.
What did she say? No, the video, man. So right now, they're not really talking right now, so that's why I'm yapping away right now.
She was unsure about whether or not she objected to your release from custody. She said the minor age children victims do not object to your release from custody.
Minor age.
She did indicate that she does not want to have contact with you at this time, she said she was unsure if she and the children were going to remain at the residence, but either way, she said that you're not welcome to return home right now. So if I were to release you, do you have somewhere else that you can go?
I guess I can go to my sister's house. Can I get stuff from my house, though?
Yes. I'll give you some instruction on that. So I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. I'm ordering that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand those orders?
Yes.
All right. And I'm going to order that you have only telephonic contact. You share children, right?
Yes.
Okay. Only telephonic contact with your wife regarding the children. Do you understand?
For how long?
Until a judge changes that.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give you a court date in February. So unless she wants to have that changed, that's when you would talk to the judge about that.
Okay. And can the court date be on a Wednesday, Thursday? Those are my days off.
I'm going to set your court date when the court tells me to set it, and you can talk to an attorney or go to the court to ask them to change it if you want to change it.
Okay.
I'm ordering, sir, that you may, so that you not return to the residence, except that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my court order to the nearest police station to your residence and have them go with you to get your things, okay?
Okay.
And your hearing is scheduled for February 24th at 10:30 in the morning. You need to get to that hearing or get it changed, or a warrant can issue for your arrest, all right?
Okay.
All right, you're excused.
Thank you.
You should be able to, you should be able to hear the judge good. The person that you're probably having some issues is the defendant. His audio is kind of jacked up. It goes in and out. But the judge I could hear clearly.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Carlos Gonzalez.
Your middle name, Antonio?
We can't hear the judge. I could hear the
Yeah.
judge. Let me see. Hold up.
All right.
Let me double check something.
Mr. Gonzalez, I'm seeing you this morning because you have a warrant out of Oro Valley Court for drug paraphernalia and obstruction. Those alleged to have occurred on January 11th. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Okay.
So Judge Hazel in Oro Valley said that this is your third failure to appear after previously signing a promise to appear. So I am going to hold you, sir, on a bond. It's going to be a $250 cash bond. I'm going to appoint an attorney for you.
What about now?
That'll be Richard Glenn. And your hearing in Oro Valley is scheduled for January 29th at 10:30 in the morning. If you were to post your bond, you would need to get to that hearing or another warrant will issue for your arrest and you'll likely lose that bond. Do you understand, sir?
Okay.
All right, you're excused. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Marie Shelton.
My apologies.
Ms. Shelton, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You have new charges of domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. Those are going to be handled out of Tucson City Court. And then you've also got a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting from May 8th of 2024. As to these new charges, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time in order that you appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, ma'am, as to these new charges, pretrial services did speak with the alleged victim, your boyfriend, Christopher. He said that he does not object to your release. He wants to have contact, and you're welcome to return to the shared residence. And ma'am, did you know about this shoplifting warrant?
Yes, I did. I was trying to go to court, but it's hard because I don't have a car right now. And it led me to domestic violence, and I'm here now. So
Okay, so I'm going to
Present.
give you 2 different court dates now, one in justice court and one in city court. If I release you, are you going to figure out how to get to those hearings?
Yes, I will. I will call my mom and she will make sure I go.
Okay.
My apologies on that audio. I forgot to plug in the USB cable into the phone that I'm streaming from. So you guys were hearing another board of parole hearing that I'm running in another computer. So that was the audio that you guys were listening to, if that makes any sense.
Right. So first on this warrant, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you not return to that incident location. And your hearing in Pima County Justice Court is going to be in about a month. It's February 27th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You're going to get paperwork with this information on it. And then as to the new charges,
You're
I'm
getting the
going to
best,
also order that you be released on your promise to appear in court.
the best
I'm
of both
ordering
worlds.
that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. I'm ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
And your hearing in Tucson City Court will be on February 28th. So there'll be 2 days in a row. One on the 27th and then City Court on the 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning. All right? You need to make sure you get to those hearings.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're excused.
Man, what's up with all these? What's up with all these DV cases, man? It's like you just gotta learn how to walk away or take a walk. Why resort to DV? What do you guys think this young gentleman did?
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
It's Austin Logan Sangarza.
Mr. Sangarza, I'm seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got warrants out of both Sahuarita Municipal Court and Tucson City Court. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Stolen car, all right. Let's see.
All right. On
Is that your final answer?
These Sahuarita warrants are for, you've got 5 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct from 2020.
What?
And that's from, I guess it's just all the same. From September 6th from 2020, there's 6 counts of disorderly conduct and 1 count of criminal damage. On those matters, Judge Aviles in Sahuarita let me know that this is the 4th warrant to issue for these, and so she requested a $1,500 bond. That will be my order. That'll be cash or secured. And I will appoint an attorney for you. That'll be Stan Fitzgerald.
He looks like he's being inconvenienced. Like, oh, I'm here
No contact
again.
with any victims.
Like, what?
Your hearing will be on January 28th. That's Tuesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If you're still in custody, they'll take you to a video hearing for that. If you are out of custody, you need to get to that hearing or another warrant will issue for your arrest, and you likely will lose that bond. City court warrants.
Did he shake his head?
2 from 2023 and 1 from 2024 that involve removing political signs. And then
How dare he?
obstruction and excessive speed.
Damn, he's like GTA level 5-star.
And it looks like you've been arrested and released many times on those as well.
It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond on those matters. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you.
My life is over.
And your hearing in Tucson City Court, if you are still in custody, will be a video review hearing at on January 31st at 1:45.
He's crying.
If you were to post your bonds, you would need to get
or he's faking it
to
at least.
Tucson City Court on March 3rd at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or warrants will issue for your arrest, and you will likely lose that bond. Do
Better
you understand
man
all
up.
of that, sir?
Yes.
All right, you're excused.
Oh, that DV you're doing, man.
Enriquez.
Fool's out of control. Gotta go and get him one of these before.
And there's multiple conditions of release for city court.
What do you guys think this guy did? Emojis and emoji answers only, please. Emojis.
The other ones.
Okay, we got some pills. We got a martini from Misty.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Yep, it's Gabriel Jose Enriquez.
Mr. Enriquez, I am seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, pretrial services did speak with the alleged victim, your girlfriend, Maricela. She says that you are welcome to return home. She wants to have further contact with you. She did not object to your release from custody. I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence, and you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning, or warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Sure do.
All right, you're excused.
Hey,
Thank you.
which emoji can we use for the DV? There has to be a emoji that we could use. Which one should we utilize for that? What is she here for?
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Yes, Carla with the K, last name Estrada.
Carla
Ms. Estrada, I'm
Estrada.
seeing you this morning on a charge of
Hammer.
domestic violence assault. You do have the right to
Another
remain
one.
silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. We have a victim on the line for her? Okay. Okay.
karate
I understand that we've got the victim on the line that wishes to be heard. You may need to press *6 to unmute yourself.
You guys are killing me
If
over
you would
here.
do that, please, and tell me your full name.
Giovanna Moreno.
And Ms. Moreno, what would you like me to know?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, this is not at all how I plan to start my Friday morning.
Shit, me neither.
Carla has caused much harm and division in our family environment for many years. You know, after I cared and fostered her child for 10 months, she has created this vendetta against me, and I have kept my distance for my own well-being and that of my family. I have had no contact with her for 4 years. I never imagined she would be capable of attacking me in front of my mother and in a public place for that matter.
Is this her sister?
Being that she did so, you know, I was put in the position to defend myself and call 911. Carla's impulsiveness and aggressiveness and hostile behavior have, you know, consequences, and she has complete disregard of the harm that she causes to others. And after realizing what she is capable of, you know, the officer helped me so that I can put an order of protection, which I did last night online for myself and my family. Seeing that her boyfriend, the moment she was being detained, threatened my husband to fight him next.
Damn, she's with the business.
You know, and I'm an honest person, and I'm a good person, and I've never been involved with the law, and I certainly did not want this to happen, but I need to put a stop to this because she needs to face the consequences for her actions because this is not okay.
Thank you, Ms. Moreno, for being here.
Damn, she's
All
handing
right,
out
Ms.
beatdowns.
Estrada, based on your lack of any prior criminal history at all, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. I'm going to order that you have no contact of any kind with Ms. Moreno. Don't return to the incident location. You can't go back to that gym. And don't go to Ms. Moreno's residence or workplace, contact her on the phone or any other way. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. And then you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 25th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. All right? All right, ma'am. You're excused.
Damn.
Can I ask something?
Yes?
So she was able to say her side of the story. Do I have to wait to the court till I say mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, today is just about your release conditions. So
I know, but since she brought a bunch of stuff that it's not related to what really happened,
Right.
that's what I'm asking. Like,
yeah, you'll talk
I'm asking if I can say it later.
you'll talk to the judge when you go in February, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When the I'm assuming it's the sister here. She was rolling her eyes like, "What? I can't believe she said that. She's gonna ruin it." Shut up.
Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name?
What do you guys think she did?
Easy Felix.
Yeah, there is.
Ms.
There are
Felix,
three sites.
I
There's
am
three
seeing
sites.
you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, criminal
another
damage. You
one.
do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So
You guys in Tucson, vayan con Dios, because it's
so,
real
ma'am,
out there.
it looks like I know that we've got the alleged victim in this matter is your boyfriend, who you're also a victim on his case, and so pretrial services spoke with you both.
What the what?
You both said basically the same thing, although he said he wants to have contact with you. You said that you only want to have contact with him regarding your child, which is what I'm going to order.
No, I had told the pretrial services that I wasn't sure yet.
Okay. Well, I think that's going to be my order right now anyhow, but the question that I have is that you both told pretrial that you
Where's the dude at? Is he up next?
well, he said he will not remain at the residence. I think you said you were unsure if you were going to remain at the residence. So I only want one of you to be at the residence right now. So I'm assuming that would be you and your child? No? You're going to go
No.
somewhere else?
Yes, my child's already where I'm going to be staying.
Okay. All right. Then I'll let him know that so that, because I'm going to release him also. I'm going to order that you guys have no contact except for over the phone about your child. And then I'll let him know that you're going to be going elsewhere. Okay? All right. I will put in my order, if you need it, that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort to get your personal belongings. So you would, if you've got somebody else in the family that can go and pick up your things, that's fine too. But if you'd rather, you can take my order to the nearest police station to your residence and have them go with you so that you can get your things. Okay. All right. So I'm ordering that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence, that you have no contact at this time with him except for over the phone regarding your child. And I'll put that order about going to the police station. And then your hearing is in Tucson City Court on February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning. You need to get to that hearing or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. Excuse me.
Hey, teammates, right? Tucson is weak, my guy. When let me see, my guy was it was the most dangerous city. Laughing out loud.
Joshua Flores.
Mr. Flores, I'm seeing you this morning because you have warrants out of Tucson City Court. And then you've got some new charges as well. Your new charges are domestic violence, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct. I'll advise you that you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
do you
As to
guys
these
think
new
this guy
charges, I'm
did?
going to enter pleas of not guilty and order that you appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal.
Another one?
So I see that
Damn.
you've been in front of Judge Million for some time on these other cases. You've also got a 2022 domestic violence case.
2022.
That was
Snap.
in warrant status.
Gotta give him 2 for that one. Not
I thought that was dropped, man.
20s.
Nope.
I've been getting jobs and I didn't see that it wasn't dropped. So that's all. I thought it was dropped.
Not dropped. That's a 2022 case. You also have a 2023 case involving speeding. So I'm going to order that you be held on a $2,500 cash or secured bond.
Everybody's
If you were to post that bond, I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence, that you have no contact of any kind with any victims, that you not go back to any of the victims' residences or have any other contact with them, and that you not return to any incident location. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you, and you're going to have a hearing on February 5th at 1:30 in the afternoon. If you're in custody, that will be with Judge Million by video. If you're out of custody, you have to get to that hearing or warrants can issue for your arrest, and you will likely lose that bond. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused.
Hey, if you haven't done so, please do so. Tap, tap, tap. If you're not tapping, you must be napping. Also, please hit that subscribe button, or not that subscribe, the follow button. It's free 99, won't cost you a dime. And help me out. It'll definitely help me out. Get to that 20,000
Hey,
subscribers.
sir, can I get your full name?
Damn.
Nathan Garcia.
He looks mighty rough.
Mr. Garcia, I am seeing you this morning on a warrant that you have out of Tucson City Court for assault and disorderly conduct charges from September 21st of 2024.
He needs
But
that
you're
spray
also
to cover up that bald spot on
being
top.
held on a
From as seen on
probation
TV.
violation out of Superior Court. I am not seeing you on that today. You're going to be seen separately in Superior Court on that, I would guess, sometime next week. But you are being held without bond on that matter.
He needs a makeover,
On
definitely.
these charges, I'm going to order that you be held on a $250 cash bond.
250.
I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And you are going to be seen by video on January 31st at 1:45. If you end up out of custody, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on February 24th at 9:30 in the morning.
King of King, right?
understand, sir?
Damn.
Yes.
He
All
looks
right,
like
you're excused.
he looks like he stuck his finger in the light socket.
What's Milligan?
Hey, that's a good one. Like he got electrocuted. Next, what do you guys think this individual's here for?
Hi, ma'am. Can I get your name?
Samika Marie Milligan.
Ms. Milligan, I am seeing you this morning on a couple of matters. You've got new charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct, and then you've got a warrant. No, I'm sorry, not a warrant, but you've got a pending case also for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor that's alleged to have occurred on August 29th of 2024. On these new charges, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Give me just a moment while I review this paperwork.
So anybody that wants to see the screen a lot clearer, if you jump onto this other platform here, go to that platform that everybody uses to stream long videos. You know, the one with the red icon and the white triangle. This one up here to be exact. If you jump over there, it's going to look a lot better than what you're seeing back here. There's a reason that I have it posted like this, because if not, I'll get they'll cut my stream a lot faster than they normally do. So it's by design. But if you jump over to other stream, you'll be able to see the screen nice and clear. It's going to be 1080p, high definition, full HD to be exact. You'll be able to see the tears coming off their eyes and all of that is madre. I know on TT it's because it's a projector, but on the other stream, the one I'm telling you about, perfect. It's like a 10.
So pretrial services did speak with the
Anthony.
alleged victim, your sister. She said that she does not object to your release from custody and that you're welcome to return to your shared residence. And I do see,
Because if not, they'll supposedly they say that this is reproducing.
were you in city court just recently?
So to get around
I
that,
believe I got my court date set for next month.
But you've been in contact with your attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm seeing that no warrants had issued, I don't think, in that case. So I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering, ma'am, that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs and that you commit no further acts of domestic violence. Do you understand those orders?
Yes, Your Honor.
can you follow them? That's the real question. That's the $1 million question.
And we are going to set a court date for you. Let's see. Your previous court date was set February 12th to give you that same court date. And then you'll deal with both cases when you go in for that, okay?
Okay.
That'll be February 12th at 10:30 in the morning with Judge Maldonado. All right, you're going to get paperwork with all of that information on it. All right, ma'am?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Your excuse.
All right. Welcome to You Have a Collect Call
Mr.
From.
Nunez?
Mr. Nunez is next. Tap. Please, if you're not tapping, you're napping. Also hit that follow button. It's free 99. Does not cost you. Damn, this is like the king
Sir,
of
can I get
Edwards
your full
here.
name?
Jose Francisco Nunez Jr.
Mr.
Looking like a
Nunez,
muffin top.
I am seeing you on a number of different matters that you have out of Tucson City Court. You've got some new charges.
Okay, what did this
drug
guy do?
paraphernalia, domestic violence, disorderly conduct,
he
and
got a combo.
harassment. Those are alleged to
FYP.
have occurred on January 18th. And then a domestic violence, disorderly conduct from January 17th. And then you have warrants out of Tucson City Court for domestic violence, assault, disorderly conduct, criminal damage, unlawful imprisonment. Those are allegations from August 13th of 2024. And then criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia from November 15th of 2023.
This guy's like
on the new charges. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time. Advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
I told you, Wendy. This guy's like
Just
a level
minute to
3 on
review the
GTA,
paperwork.
3-star general. He's definitely not a 5-star. Maybe a 2.5. Maybe I gave him too much credit with a 3. But they don't have any half stars, so we'll round up or round down. Hey Tracy, what's up? How's it going? How's it going out there in Britain or the UK? Not even, bro. A 2-star
All right.
at most.
I am
Let
going
me
to
bump it
order,
down.
sir, that you be held on a $1,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured.
We're downgrading him to a 2-star.
I'm ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you commit no acts of domestic violence. Sir, you need to have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, hey, I don't know. What do you guys think it is? Is it
Lauren
like
Bonner.
was it something in the water that's causing all these DV cases out there, or is it like this all across America? That's what I want to know.
So you are not to go to her residence, workplace, contact her on the phone. And I'm going to order that you not go within 1,000 feet of her residence.
Okay.
Come at me. Sometimes it's in the what?
I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent
the
you.
chemtrails, all right.
And
Not the chemtrails.
If you are still in custody, you'll be seen.
I wish a man would. What the what? Yeah. Let me. There we go.
By Judge Maldonado. On
Yeah,
January
they would.
31st.
I think they would. I know I seen them in Maricopa.
If you were to post your bond, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on March 3rd at 9:30 in the morning.
Last night. The one at 10 o'clock or the 8 o'clock one?
Okay. All right, your excuse, sir.
The 8 o'clock one, I didn't sit in on that one. The 10 o'clock one, I was on that one. But I don't really recall anything exciting happening on the one from last night. The 10 o'clock one. Were any of you on the 8 o'clock one? Because somebody said that there was a guy that was from New York.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Can you say that again? Ibarra. Okay.
Do you do South Carolina? Nah, I haven't.
Mr. Ibarra, I am seeing you this morning on a couple of different matters. You've got charges.
That was the 8 o'clock one.
Possession of narcotic drugs, 2 counts, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And then you've got a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and armed robbery. Those are alleged to have occurred on January 4th of 2024. Sorry, January 24th of 2025.
Are you talking about? Okay, so everybody.
You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $100,000 concurrent bond in lieu of no bond.
So everybody got approved. Everybody's going to get out in 5 days or so. Normally, I think that's the longest they could hold them. Unless the Governor Newsom takes their date away. But I got to definitely look up a little, because that was vicious. That was something ugly.
Okay. It looks like he...
What happened to my light? Oh, it turned off. Hold
up. On release or warrant status out of Las Vegas for other felony charges. So he could be...
Not enough.
Oh, and yep, that's it. So he could be potentially held without bond, but they're asking for a $100,000 bond. I'm looking at an extensive history and some serious allegations. So I'm inclined to issue a large bond, but I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, I don't have a lot of information to add. I understand the state's position about no bond, so the fact that the state is willing to extend any bond is appreciated, but given his indigent status, I would ask for something no more than $25,000.
Amelia, yeah.
I'm going to order a $100,000 cash or secured bond released to pretrial if that bond is posted. That's going to be as to the robbery charges. I'm going to order a different bond on the drug charges.
So I know with the light it looks a lot better. There's a reason that I have the light on, and it's because if I don't have it on, they'll end up banning my stream.
No firearms or weapons.
Because you could see it
monitoring
clearly.
Or treatment as directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with any victim. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd.
So a few months ago, I was using TikTok Live Studio, and like every 15 minutes,
on the drug charges,
they would cut my stream. So this is the only way that I'm able not to get my
I'll
stream.
order a $1,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted. Same
Oh shit,
conditions.
my battery's low.
And preliminary. Actually, probably should be setting a smart hearing or steps hearing for that. We'll set that.
Your Honor, honestly, given the whole picture, steps would not be feasible.
All right. Then we'll
Can you
just
hear
set
now?
the preliminary hearing for the same date on February 3rd. All right, sir, that's all. You're excused.
We can't see.
Hey, Mr. Ibarra, this is some information for you. A lawyer's going to be out to see you, okay?
Damn, that fool's nodded out. Hey, so anybody that wants to see better, I would suggest for you guys to jump over to this other platform. You'll be able to see it nice and crispy over there. Once again, the reason that I have it set up like this is because if not, they'll restrict my streams, and it's either this or you guys, they're gonna end up restricting my account.
Yeah, they're both they're consecutive separate bonds. Okay.
Hey, thank you, Little B, for the follow. Highly appreciate it. Let me see. Porras, Reyes, Fernando, gracias, crispy, laughing out loud. Let me see. Eric, Medina, gracias for the follow. Hey,
Hi, sir,
Chacha, how's
can I
it
get
going?
your full name?
Dana Strong.
Morrell William Lee Styles.
Mr. Lee Stiles, I am seeing you this morning on charges of domestic violence,
Oh, no, another
criminal
one.
damage, disorderly conduct, and assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time in order that you're advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, I saw your
Why does it look like the Statue of Liberty? Like he's
partner,
wearing the
Miss
little crown
Felix,
of the Statue of
earlier.
Liberty?
I released her. I'm going to release you as well on your promise to appear in court. She told me that she is not going to remain at the residence.
You went to the
And
wrong
so
stream.
I know you had both kind of indicated that you may not be staying at the residence, but because I spoke with her and she's not going to be remaining there, you can go back there. Okay. I am going to order that you only have contact at this time with her by phone regarding your child or children. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want you guys living together right now or having any physical contact other than regarding your child. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. And then you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
You said February 28th at 9 o'clock?
Yes, and you're going to get paperwork with that information on it.
Okay.
Okay?
So
All
to
right.
clear,
You're excused. You're welcome.
so to clear up the whole thing with YT, I got two streams running. I got this stream, and then I have one that's a border parole hearing in Connecticut. You have to hit the one that says AZ, not the one that says border parole hearing in Connecticut.
Okay.
That's why you got that screen. Just to clarify, sometimes I'll do that. I'll run 2 or 3 different streams at the same time, but I could only participate on
And,
one.
Mr.
So this is the one that I'm currently on right now.
Ms. Coste, I've got our new hearing officers here
What do you guys
starting
think she's
training.
here?
Just so you know, this is Judge Monroe and this is Judge Knatzer.
Nice to see you
Good
both.
morning. Pleasure to meet you both.
Looking like Dora. No, not Dora. It's the other girl that wears glasses. I forgot her name. I forgot about it.
No, I don't.
Hey, what's up, Leanne? Welcome from Ontario, Canada.
This is him, and he is allowed to go back.
PO violation. Probation violation.
Thank you.
Karate suit.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Can I get your full name?
Isabella Yesenia Lopez.
Counsel waive reading of the charge.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Ms. Lopez, I am going to advise you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is asking for a $100,000 bond plus pretrial services, just given the allegations here. I'll hear from defense.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would note Ms. Lopez's lack of felony history, that she was considered a 1 and a 2 on the PSA, that she does have confirmed housing apart from any minors and family support. I would ask the court to release her to pretrial services at this time and order her no contact with any minors, to include her child.
Your Honor,
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm loath to say this, but if the genders were reversed, there would not be a question about a very high bond.
Yep, I agree. I'm going to order a $50,000 bond, cash or secured, released to pretrial services if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No contact of any kind with the alleged victim or his family. Don't go to his residence. Don't go back to the school. Don't contact him on the phone or any other way. Do you understand all of those orders?
Yes.
Also ordering that you have no contact with any minors.
What's she do? Damn, why is her bond so high? I follow you on YT, but you're not live. Yes, I am. Oh,
and
yes, I
your
am.
preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd. But ma'am, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So if you do end up posting that bond, it's really trialing with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. Okay?
Okay.
All right. You're excused.
So you see right here, you see the second one right here? So you see this first one? I'm not there on that one right now. That one says live. I'm on the second one down here. So if you hit up here where it says live, you know, you see where it says live up here? You hit live and then you go down to the second one that says AZ. That's how you're able to get to the right stream. SA? What? Damn, it's the ones you never suspect that be doing stuff like that. You gotta do a double for that one.
Would the jail mind letting Miss Lopez know I forgot to let her know that her father was here in the courtroom in support of her?
Damn,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm about to go back and replay that one. So bad.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Jacob Richard Bustos.
Okay, Mr. Bustos, I am seeing you this morning on charges of 2 counts of domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and 1 count of aggravated domestic violence. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. I am just trying to sort out here what's going on because I was also given
2 times
misdemeanor files for it looks like these same charges. Let me just
it's like they did a sweep of like DVs and SOs. Hey, thank you for the follow, Ashley. What's he in for DV?
Okay. So apparently the officer said that he's going to void
another one,
the misdemeanor charges. And so I'm not even going to deal with those today.
Drop one, flush one. Juan. Hey, what's up, Jesus? Buenos dias.
I think actually I'll probably have to just at least do conditions of release on those since he was booked on those.
What is his life for?
All right, I'll deal with that in a second. On
That's a good question.
So on the felony charges, state is asking for a $25,000 bond with pretrial services supervision.
Stay on the toilet. Hey, if you're not tapping, you must be napping. We only got 22,000 hearts. We need 100K. What up? What's going on? For educational purpose.
History
That's right.
Involving same victim.
If you're not tapping, you must be napping. Hey, thank you, babe. Thank you for that rose right there. And
It's
also
like he's
remember,
on probation on those matters.
follow. It's free
Or
99.
at least one of them until
Won't cost you
later
a red
this
cent.
year. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, I'd ask the court to take into consideration his lack of felony criminal history, that this is not intimate partner violence.
Random
And so I'd
violence?
ask the court to consider something no more than $5,000.
What do you guys think? Did they should let him out? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
Right now, okay.
All right, I'm going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No acts of domestic violence, no contact of any kind with any of the victims.
Thank you, Golden. Highly appreciate it.
Do not return to the residence. I will put in my order that you could return one time with a law enforcement escort to get your personal belongings. So if you do post that bond, you could take my order to the nearest police station and have them go with you to get your things. But otherwise, you can't be at the residence. And you can't contact any of the victims. And to be clear, that's your sister, your mother, your grandmother.
Oh, what?
You cannot contact them in any way.
That'll be a triple flush for that one. Attacking your family?
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for...
Man, come on, your family? What? Come on. That's what I'm saying.
3rd.
He better not be living at home and acting up like
sir,
that.
that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney, so that you know when to get to court. All right. You were also charged with misdemeanor offenses. They're from the same allegations here. I guess I'm just going to order that those be dismissed without prejudice, given the felony charges.
He ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
I think.
Monkey C, gracias. I appreciate the follow. What a sad life now. Better him than me.
Okay, I'm not going to do that then because I don't want to. I'm trying not to mess things up, make things complicated. Instead, I'm just going to order release on those misdemeanor charges, and then the officer's going to get that worked out. Does that make sense, Ms. Kostick?
Yeah, that's just fine, Judge. So there will be no further court hearing on those matters.
Live and direct from my restroom. Do the crime.
I just don't want him to catch an FTA.
Yeah, I know.
But I also suspect he'll remain in custody. So maybe just a review hearing.
Right. Let's set a review hearing.
I'm just doing the live.
We'll set the out of custody date for February 24th at 9:30.
Where's this located? Tucson,
City
Arizona.
Court. But I would anticipate that those are going to be dismissed very soon. And so that hearing will go away. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Next.
No, thank you.
Man, I just want like a regular type of criminal. Like, I don't know, like possession, shoplifting, just trespassing. I'll even take a trespasser right now. All these DV cases and SO cases really lost my appetite this morning. Are you from Cali? No doubt, a huevo, born and raised in LA. Is he released? I don't know. I don't think so. The DV is devastated. It's all bad. Hey, and if you're tapping, hey, highly appreciate you guys. Highly appreciate you. I see where you guys are definitely tapping because we just hit 30K. But if you guys get carpal tunnel, I can't be held responsible for that. Hopefully you got those little gloves you put on, so when you're typing, it doesn't mess your fingers up. What is the regular case? They're all bad. This is Maricopa. Nah, this is Tucson. Tucson, no. 10K bond. Watching from Tucson. You better grab the popcorn. Let me see. If you ain't tapping, then you're napping. That's right. Jesus. You see, 35K. Let's go. What's up? Hook it up. Yesterday we hit over 100 yesterday. Watching from Tucson, Hollywood, 76 Cerro. Golden, thank you for that badge. Just finished a case on your YouTube channel. Hey, gracias. Let's go. And definitely check out the other platform, man. If you guys want to play back any of the hearings that you guys see or look up the names, go to this platform here. Just type that in at CollectCallFrom, and everything's archived there. Everything. All the videos, all the streams, all the interviews.
Ms. Fernandez, we should have our Spanish speaker next, I believe.
And this is not the only thing that I do. I do phone calls from prison. We do video calls from prison. We do interviews. We do live stories. We do releases. If your vato's about to get out the penitentiary, we might be able to go down there and record him and interview him. You never know, especially if he's in California and he's done a long stretch. Let me know. Let me know. I'll get that one-man camera crew, which would be me.
We gotta get to the next one.
Okay.
Next.
Your Honor, our apologies. He's dismissed.
Okay,
Fed's
yes,
my
please.
fave to see. I'm watching the Connecticut parole on your YT. The second dude got approved. Dang, hey, that was a heinous crime right there. So right now we're waiting for the third one, right? The third person to show up. Okay, that's why I keep on looking to my right to check if it starts yet. And I see that they had it in the timeout screen. But do you do Ohio? Ohio, they do offer. I haven't been able to catch a parole board hearing in Ohio yet, but I've been trying to. Yes, 2-1 got out. Damn. He's 30 years.
Can I get your full name?
Yeah, what's she
Buenos
do?
días, señora. ¿Me puede dar su nombre completo?
Looking like Ursula.
Elidia Araujo Payán.
Elidia Araujo Payán.
No,
Ms.
San
Payan, I'm
Antonio.
seeing you this morning on charges of possession of a narcotic drug for sale, possession of narcotic drug, transportation for sale of a narcotic drug, 3 counts,
Damn.
possession of drug paraphernalia, and conducting an illegal enterprise.
How dare she?
Señora, el día de hoy usted está compareciendo ante mí por posesión de un narcótico y para ser vendido. También posesión de un narcótico, transportación de una droga, y ahí hay 3 acusaciones. También posesión de accesorios de droga y también gestionar una empresa ilegal.
You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
Thank you for the follow.
Usted tiene el derecho de permanecer callada. Todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra. Usted tiene el derecho de ser representada por un abogado y voy a asignar al defensor público legal para que la represente en este caso. Y para la audiencia de hoy, usted tiene un abogado sentado enseguida de usted para el propósito de esta audiencia.
I'll hear from Ms. Tea Zamato on the state's request.
Yes, Your Honor. Voy a escuchar primero a la fiscal Teyes Amado, la fiscalía y lo que la fiscalía pide.
We are asking for a $60,000 cash bond, given
60?
the amount of drugs, and given that she is not a legal resident of the United States and does not have a known residence in Arizona. Additionally, she is facing mandatory prison time if convicted.
Uy, 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 uy.
Bueno,
Yay.
la fiscalía dice, su señoría, estamos solicitando que se le fije una fianza de $60,000 en efectivo.
GTA
Y
3-star,
esa es por la
definitely.
razón, por la gran cantidad de drogas. También el hecho de que la señora no tiene residencia legal ni tampoco una residencia en el estado de Arizona. Y ella obligatoriamente sería enviada a prisión si se le halla culpable.
I'll hear from defense.
Abuelita's about to get
Your Honor,
screwed over.
given the ICE
What up,
hold,
Cindy?
we would ask for a bond to maintain her here in the jurisdiction, but I believe a bond of $5,000 is appropriate under the circumstances. She's the middleman in this case. The delivery person is alleged in the interim complaint, not the initiant or the individual engaging with the undercover officer. And she has no felony history whatsoever.
Dice la abogada que tiene sentada enseguida de usted, nosotros sabemos que existe una orden de retención de la Agencia de Migración ICE, entonces estamos solicitando una fianza solamente simbólica para que se mantenga aquí bajo la jurisdicción de nosotros. Creemos que una fianza de $5,000 sería apropiada bajo las circunstancias, siendo que ella fue la persona de entrega solamente y estuvo colaborando con el oficial encubierta y la señora no tiene delitos o condenas por delitos graves previos.
I'm going to order a $10,000 cash bond released to pretrial services if that bond is posted.
Voy a fijar una fianza de $10,000 en efectivo y si los deposita, entonces quedará libre bajo la supervisión de los servicios previos al juicio.
No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons.
No debe de usted de consumir bebidas alcohólicas, ni sustancias ilícitas, ni poseer armas de fuego.
Transportation of some
And
illegal
no contact of any
substances.
kind with the co-defendant.
Y no debe de tener ningún tipo de contacto con el coacusado.
If she gets that bail, she better hit the road. She better hit the border. She better start
So,
jumping
ma'am,
the
you
walls.
have a hold. Immigration has a hold, and
Oh,
so
that she ain't
if you
going
were to
nowhere.
post that
She's
bond,
done.
you would likely then be transferred to
Yes, I am.
immigration custody, and you would likely lose that bond, and warrants can issue for your arrest at that point.
She ain't going
Bueno,
nowhere.
señora,
Hot
usted
Mess
tiene una
Express.
orden de retención de la agencia de migración. Entonces, si usted deposita la fianza en este caso, muy probablemente usted la van a transferir y va a quedar bajo la custodia de migración. Y muy probablemente pierda la fianza. Y también se pueden emitir órdenes para que la vuelvan a arrestar.
If you do not post that bond, you're going to stay here at Pima County Jail, and you'll deal with this case. Your attorney will be out to see you.
Y si usted no deposita la fianza, se va a quedar aquí en el condado de Pima, en la cárcel, y su abogado irá a verla y para tratar el caso con usted.
Do you understand, ma'am?
¿Le queda claro, señora?
Sí.
Yes.
Qué triste.
You're excused.
So I know.
Se puede
Okay.
retirar, gracias.
So she was transporting some illicit substances that come in a kilo, if you will.
And Your Honor,
or
may
in
the
the
interpreter
pounds.
be excused?
You know, I wanted to make sure that her co-defendant doesn't need an interpreter.
Co-defendants coming
Then
up
I will
next.
mute myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Christy. M.
Do we
Or
know,
Katie, sorry, Katie.
has the jail confirmed that there's no other
She was a
Spanish speakers?
mule.
You're
Una
muted, by the way.
mula. I'm not muted. They could hear me. You know what you're talking about.
Is there any information about Severos and whether they're saying no more than Mr. Severos?
Okay, then Ms. Fernandez, you're excused. Thank you very much.
It's
Thank you, Your Honor.
9:03.
Have a good day.
You too.
Next, that's right, Cindy. I like your motivation right there. If you're not tapping, you're napping.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Yeah, take your hands out of your pants.
Anthony Aragon.
Mr. Aragon, I'm seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You have a new felony charge of possession of drug paraphernalia.
Damn, looking down like the broke man's
And then
Aladdin.
you've got some warrants. You've got one out of Pima County Justice Court for a theft from January 22nd of 2024.
He's gonna be a 1
And
star in the
other
GTA
is for
star system. I would do half a star, but we gotta do full. We gotta
Shoplift.
round up. He's not. He knows he's
also
not
out
going
of Pima
nowhere.
County Justice Court, I believe. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. On the felony charge, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you
Tap is
for today's
clapping.
hearing.
That's right.
The state is
Chrissy.
asking for a $1,000 bond plus pretrial services given the prior failures to appear.
You guys priors. Ocean, thank you for the follow.
But I'm seeing no prior felony history,
Got his hands in his
eligible for steps.
his britches.
So, sir, do you have a residence right now, or are you on the street?
I'm currently on the street, but I just got contact with my family out in Colorado, and I'm in the process of getting things back in order so that way I can eventually go home and be a part of my daughter's life.
Okay. For now, you've got to stay here and deal with these cases. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go and visit with the Pima County Transition Center, which is a trailer that's
that
right
guy is
outside
on.
of the jail there that
Oh,
can
he
help
is. Thank
you
you.
get set up with housing and with a phone so that you can make sure that you get to these hearings and take care of these cases?
Yes, I would love that, honestly.
All right, and you also have no felony history at all. And so this is a felony charge, but you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to your hearings and you participate in some drug treatment, you could have this felony drug charge dismissed so you won't have any felonies on your record. That would be a really good thing for you. You're willing to do all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Poston, did you want to be heard any further?
Good judge.
All right. I'm going to order, sir, that you be released to pretrial services supervision. So you're going to need to check in with them when you get out, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs. And we're going to set that hearing where you're going to find out whether or not you're eligible for that program. And I believe that you should be. So you really need to get to this hearing. It's in 1 week from today. It's Friday, January 31st at 9 o'clock in the morning in Superior Court on the 3rd floor. You'll go there and they'll also have other resources to help you. And then counsel waive time for the PH. We'll make that March 10th.
March 10th.
Okay, so then I'm also going to give you a hearing date for your justice court matter so you can go take care of those warrants. I will order that you be released on your promise to appear there. Your hearing there is going to be in a month. That is February 24th.
No,
at
they don't.
8:30 in the morning. You need to get to that hearing where warrants can issue for your arrest again, okay?
Every state.
All right. Your excuse, sir.
For these hearings, every state and every county is different.
Be sure to make that court hearing, okay?
So they don't that Arizona is one of the easiest states to look up these hearings. So that's why I'm constantly on these hearings, because they have them at certain times and they're easy to get into. I need this judge. Do New Jersey. Next. We got the Boricua in here. What's up with them? Arroz and habichuelas. Man, I be getting hungry when I be looking at the Puerto Rican flag. Man, love me some bistec
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Eulalio Cebreros.
Mr. Sabreros, I am seeing you this morning on charges of possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of a narcotic drug, transportation of narcotic drug for sale ×3, possession of drug paraphernalia, and conducting an illegal enterprise. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Mr.
You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $100,000 cash bond. I'll hear from the state on that.
Damn.
Your Honor, I believe is this one of Ms. Diaz's?
Correct.
Yes. Your Honor, we are asking for the $100,000 cash bond. I believe in addition to the amounts and multiple sales that he conducted, there's also an outstanding probation warrant, is my understanding. So we have believed that he is a risk for failure to appear. And just let me check one more thing, Your Honor.
If you're not tapping, you must be napping. What's up? Hook
Yes,
me
he
up.
is a known fugitive from justice, has a history of failing to appear, has multiple prior felony convictions and a substantial misdemeanor record, as well as being on probation at the time. So we would ask for the 100. He also has a history of violent or assaultive behavior. So we would ask for a $100,000 cash bond plus release to pretrial services if the bond is posted.
Keep tapping.
Okay, and I am seeing that he's there.
have
He's being
carpal
held
from
no bond
yesterday.
on the Superior Court probation violation matter.
Use your toes. You
did
got
want to be
toes.
heard,
You
Ms.
got 10 of
Costa?
them.
That's for a bond of no more than $50,000.
He ain't going
All right,
nowhere.
we'll do a $50,000 cash bond. Released to pretrial if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd. But, sir,
Hey.
that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you end up out of custody, you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and your attorney so you know when to get to court. All right? You're excused.
Yeah, you're a real one, Nisha, getting that brace.
And Your Honor, I believe that's all the AG cases. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Big dog, standing 9 toes down. That's
Sustaining.
right. What do you guys think she did? Emojis only, por
Hi, ma'am. Can I
favor.
get your full name?
Sierra Cheney.
Ms. Cheney, I am seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got a new felony charge of aggravated shoplifting. You do have the right to remain silent.
Aggravated
Anything you
shoplifting?
say can and will be
Hey, you
used
got that
against
when it's
you. You have the
VV.
right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
My
I'm also seeing you
my
on
sympathies goes out to you, Tara, and your uncle's
some
toes.
warrants out of Tucson City Court that range from 2020 through 2023.
Damn,
We will deal with those next.
been
But
on a
as
good
to this
run.
new felony charge, the state's recommending a $2,500 bond plus pretrial services, just given the history of shoplifting.
Priors. Yeah, she got
I'll hear
priors.
from defense.
She got that sticky fingers.
We're gonna decide that. She's gonna decide the right argument on that. Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider Ms. Cheney's limited felony history. She's got the one from 2021, the inherent nature of the offense,
She's going to prison.
related to property theft. Please do not.
Shut your mouth.
And given all that, I would ask the court to give her a chance on pretrial services. Ms. Cheney at this
I bet
time
she
does
has
understand
a
the necessity of showing up to court. She has previously had some FTAs and understands her risk for arrest if she does not show up. Appreciates the necessity of doing so.
Thank you.
Hey, for anybody that's watching this, you guys gotta screen record this and tag me on these these streams.
On the
We gotta help these people go viral.
new felony charge, I'm going to order a $1,500 cash or secured bond released to pretrial services. If that bond is posted, do not return to any incident location, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you end up posting your bonds, make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. On the city court matters.
City court. Man, hey, this one's definitely a good run today.
Criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia.
What?
Prescription drugs.
Damn.
Drug paraphernalia.
She has like a whole bag of
and being at
tricks.
the parks after hours. I'm going to order a $1,000 cash or secured bond on those matters. So it'll be a total of $2,500 in bonds, ma'am.
She's like a Dennis the Menace, but like the female
And
version.
I'm ordering that you not return to any of those incident locations. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you.
Thank you, Gail, for the follow.
And if you are still in custody, you will be seen by video on January 31st at 1:45.
She's gonna be in custody. She's not gonna make that
If
bail.
you were to post your bonds, you would need to be in Tucson City Court on March 3rd
Hair
at
products.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, or warrants will issue for your arrest. Do you
Damn, she
understand?
just- Look at her body
All
language
right,
now.
you're excused.
She just like completely deflated. That's it. You better get comfortable with that mystery meat they be giving in the bologna sandwiches. That thing's ugly. LA County, oh bad. What do you guys think this guy did? Emojis, por
Hey,
favor.
sir, can I get your full name?
David Doherty.
Mr. Doherty, I'm seeing you this morning on a charge of domestic violence, aggravated assault for causing temporary but substantial disfigurement. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
Disfigurement.
State is asking for a $25,000 bond.
That doesn't sound good.
Given the allegations here, 3 prior domestic violence convictions.
And priors? Oh, damn. This guy's definitely taking the
I'll
cake.
hear from defense.
Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider when setting the appropriate bond the fact that he has limited felony history, 1996, and that his misdemeanor history, the last was stated as 2018. So there's no currently or recent pending misdemeanor DV history. I'd ask the court to consider something less than the $25,000.
Your Honor?
I'm not sure why he's wearing a black shirt.
Yeah.
It is alleged that he broke her arm during the course of an argument.
Damn.
25,000.
You need to leave in the TikTok sound voice.
I'm going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services. If that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, no acts of domestic violence. I do see that the alleged victim wants to have contact, but I'm going to order no contact at this
She
time.
wants contact?
Don't return to the residence. I will put in my order that you can return one time with a law enforcement escort to collect your personal belongings. So you would take my order to the nearest police station and have them go with you to get your things. Do you understand that?
It's not about whether you agree. It's just whether you understand the court's instruction.
If you're trying to explain that it's your house, if she still is residing in your house, you can't go back there. If she is not residing at your house, you can go back there. So that's the order, is that you not go to wherever she's residing. Okay? If she's still residing at your house, I'm not kicking her out. She's going to stay at your house and you have to go somewhere else.
Vaya.
All right. And your preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. That's all, sir. You're excused.
Damn. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor, if you guys could follow me on my second account right there, CollectCallFrom.on.YT. I'm trying to get that account up to 1,000 subs, just in case this account ever gets axed. We got a backup, and I'm able to jump back into action without any delay. Cause I know some of you guys are hooked, so I want to be able to keep on bringing you the streams, if you will. I mean, where else are you gonna get them? Highly appreciate it. It's free. Got you. I'm following. Gracias, Cindy. Gracias, Eyes. Thank you, Bronx lady, living in Florida. And what do you think? What do you think this lady did? Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you,
Ms. Garcia.
Thank you.
I am seeing you this morning on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal advocate's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $7,500 bond plus pretrial services, given the large amount of drugs here, and which would make her not steps eligible.
Large?
And some
what kind
prior
of large
history.
are we talking about here?
I'll hear from defense.
Because the other
Your
day
Honor,
we had...
I would ask the court for a number of things. One, to release her to pretrial services, given her relatively limited history. And the amount in question, 12.2 grams of methamphetamine, not, as
heavy
the
duty.
state suggests, dealer amounts. As the court may be aware, 12.2 grams is a personal use amount, despite the fact that it's above the threshold. The threshold does not have to do with personal use. There's no indicia of sales. There's pipes, and all of the methamphetamine was in a single baggie, although there might have been other baggies present. That is not automatically indicative of sales. I would ask for a steps hearing as well for her to be considered by the appropriate parties within PCAO. And if she's not eligible, then she's not eligible. But I'd hate for her to miss out on an opportunity if one is actually granted in this case.
Saca la bolsita.
Mr. Poston, is there a threshold amount that kicks somebody out of steps eligibility?
Yes, and she's well over it.
Okay.
What is that threshold amount?
I would have to get it, but I do know. Hold on. This might take a moment.
Take your time. Take your time. Is that the PD? No. That's the what do you call it? The prosecutor. The PD is a woman. But yeah, I don't think she's going anywhere. I think they're gonna stick it to her. Hey, Maricela. Gracias.
Your Honor, also just to clarify, my understanding was that all personal possession cases were being set for a steps hearing, and if they weren't eligible, then they weren't eligible. But steps and smarts were being consolidated for an initial review on personal possession matters.
You know, half of the stuff that they say
I'm looking for the information, Your Honor, but I can tell you right now that this is not steps eligible on that amount. I'm just not able to pull up the correct PDF at the moment.
Yeah, you should have been ready.
I no longer work in steps court. but I will tell you that this is not going to qualify.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Kostick, I set everything for a steps hearing, except for when it's very clear that they're not going to be eligible. And I think I would imagine that anything over 10 grams is going to be. I mean, I'm surprised she's not charged with sales.
Maybe, Linda. Maybe she's sharing is caring. That's what I say. You know, maybe she was the life of the party.
I can set it. Nothing. It wouldn't hurt to set, and then they can tell her what they're going to tell her. So let's go ahead and set it. So it'll be January 31st at 9 o'clock.
Let me see. The lawyer's next to her, but you can't see her. She's cut off of the frame.
I'm going to order release to pretrial services supervision. So you're going to need to check in with them when you get out, monitoring or treatment as directed by them, no alcohol or illegal drugs. So, ma'am, what we're talking about is that you may be eligible for a drug diversion program. Generally, simple personal possession drugs can be considered for a diversion program. It may be possible that you're not eligible for it given the amount, but you need to get to that hearing in a week. It's 1 week from today at 9 o'clock in Superior Court to find out whether or not you are eligible for that, okay? So check in with pretrial, go to that hearing, and counsel waive time for the PH. We'll make it March 3rd.
And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I think the judge is also training a
All right,
judge
ma'am,
trainee.
that's all. You're excused.
There's two of them right
I
there.
just wanted to clarify, Your Honor, it was the legal advocate who was appointed? Okay, great. Thank you so much.
So today, it's either judge training day today, or she brought her daughters to the hearing. Maybe it was bring your kid day. I was asking if she was doing
March 10th. Thank you. I
think she was. I think that's what it looks like to
doing
me.
that for other hearings.
What do you guys think this
Hi,
upstanding
sir. Can I get your full
member
name?
of society did?
Joshua Kramer.
Mr. Kramer, I am seeing you this morning on a few different matters. You've got new felony charges of aggravated domestic violence domestic violence, aggravated harassment. And just so counsel knows, the officer, just to make sure that it was clear, added to the interim complaint that the alleged victim here is a victim in prior convictions. And I think I have those files here in front of me with Judge Million in city court. And it looks like, let's see.
Damn, man. I don't know what it is. Like I'm telling you, just something about Tucson. I think it's something.
Okay,
it's either in
and
the
those
air,
were
in the
warrant
water.
Status. So we'll deal with the misdemeanors next. As to the felony charge, sir, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
Don't drink the water.
State is
especially
asking
from the
for
toilet.
a $2,500 bond or $25,000 bond with pretrial
There's a lot in New
services,
Jersey.
given the allegations.
Tucson is full of rage.
Here and prior history. So it looks like, and there's a probation hold. Let me see.
Yes, the jail has indicated there is a probation.
Okay. All right. So that probation hold is for felony ag DUI or ag domestic violence charges from 2023.
2023.
And there was a petition to revoke
If you
probation.
go there, you
So,
gotta carry.
given all of that, I will hear from defense.
In light of the probation hold, there's no additional information I could provide.
All right. I'll order the $25,000 bond, cash or secured, released to pretrial if posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by
Blue, he
pretrial, no
did.
acts of domestic violence.
Everybody
no
did.
contact of any kind with the alleged victim.
I posted
Angelique
up a link yesterday.
Madrid.
It's my last. It's paperwork showing that everybody got. Everybody's got found
So
suitable.
that means, sir, you can't go to her residence, workplace, call her on the phone, text her, email her, any kind of contact.
Hey.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So your attorney will be in touch with you about when that's going to happen.
Good afternoon.
All right, on to the city court matters.
So everybody from the parole from yesterday. Yeah, the one from California. So they have 5 days to be released unless the Governor Newsom takes their date away, which is a possibility. I haven't looked it up, but I know last time
I don't see a petition to revoke probation.
Have you guys ever heard of Andrew Luster from the Max Factor cosmetic line error?
Dealt with at your hearing with Judge Million.
So that dude got found suitable. Look him up. Andrew Luster. He's a bad man. A bad man.
Here out of Tucson City Court for which
he had a hearing.
Like maybe a plea was offered but hadn't been entered yet.
He had a hearing back in October.
And then you've got charges of assault, disorderly conduct, criminal damage from June 6th of 2023. And then charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, disorderly conduct from July 5th of 2022.
Yeah, so look, so everybody had already got found suitable for parole.
And then the most recent was December 1st of 2023, domestic violence, assault, and disorderly conduct. So on those charges, I'm going to order a $1,000 cash bond.
$1,000.
Order that you not commit any further acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons, no contact of any kind with any victims. I'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. And your video review hearing in City Court will be on February 5th at 1:30. But if you were to end up out of custody, you would need to get to City Court actually on that same date, February 5th at 1:30. All right, sir, you understand all of that?
Yes, Judge.
You're excused.
Thank you.
That fool was he had a lot of money. So yeah, so everybody that for those of you guys that saw that hearing from yesterday in California, that wasn't an actual board of parole hearing. What happened was they had been found suitable already in the past within the last few months.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Luis Alberto Lino.
Mr. Lino, I'm seeing you this morning on a couple of new charges. You've got one from January 7th of 2025 for unlawful flight from law enforcement and prohibited possessor. And then
he got a prohibited possessor.
One from allegations from December 30th of 2024 for unlawful flight from law enforcement and prohibited possessor. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal advocate's office to represent you. Sir, because you are on release for other felony offenses, the state is asking that I hold you without bond and that we set a no bond hearing. So that is what I'm going to do. You will be held without bond. No bond hearing will be in Superior Court on January 29th at 2:30. Preliminary hearing will be set for February 3rd. And Mr. Poston, just FYI, if you want to make a note to the assigned prosecutor, the detective, there was a detective that called me on these cases that wanted to be sure that he wants to go forward with a no bond hearing.
Thank you, Sophie.
Noted, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, may I just be heard briefly on one matter? It's somewhat Pyrrhic. It wouldn't change his release conditions, but I would ask those of the prohibited possessor matters to be dismissed. They do not meet the definition of 3101 prohibited possessor. Well, it might be an allegation that he violated his current release conditions. He does not have any felony convictions that currently make him a possessor.
I can never be a DV lawyer.
It may be and likely that his charges, let's see, that he was on release for.
Got that breakfast. Shout out to my wife. She's a real
pending
one.
Sentencing on 214, Your Honor, so those are not complete convictions yet.
Right, but if the judge, if he was ordered not to have a weapon.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not objecting that he wasn't ordered, but that's a release condition, and under 3101, prohibited possessor for purposes of the statute is not defined as someone who's under release conditions. It requires a conviction or other status such as GPI, COT. So when I reviewed the definition under 3101 for prohibited possessor, being under release conditions from the court is not one of those statuses that automatically makes him eligible for new charges. It's simply a violation of his release conditions.
Okay.
And he could have those revoked.
Okay, so for the California one, it wasn't an actual board of parole hearing. It's called an in-bank hearing. So pretty much, if you get found suitable for parole, and then Governor Newsom feels like that he doesn't want to let you out, but he wants the board of parole to review your case. That's what happens.
And if the court's not comfortable making a decision at this time, I understand those are obviously issues that can be taken up by his appointed counsel at a later time.
So when he kicks it back to the board of parole, they have a public hearing. That's what I did. It was an in-bank hearing. It wasn't an actual board of parole hearing, but the board will determine whether they're going to let them out or not. Normally, they have an 85% chance of still going home. Since they haven't denied anybody, I think since like July, in October.
I was mostly just curious. And yeah, I don't see where prohibited possessor means a person who is on release and is ordered not to have a weapon.
That's correct.
Which I'm surprised isn't in the statute, but I'm not seeing it. Mr. Poston, do you have anything?
I believe counsel's correct.
Okay. So I'm just going to note what I'm going to do is I'm not going to dismiss it. I don't think that the statute requires dismissal. I think but I will note that there's no PC as to the prohibited possessor charges.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
Right, thank you.
So when they go to the bank hearing, can you accidentally unmute in the live? What do you mean? No Nintendo.
So Lopez.
On what live? My live or the board of parole hearing lives, or on the court hearing?
Hey, sir, give me just a moment, please.
Take your time. Take your time. The court hearing, they can't hear us. Like even like if I wanted to on this court hearing, we don't have like direct access. Let me see the board hearings. Sometimes they could hear me, but I was muted out. Connecticut, they can't hear you. No need for hearing. It's deport time. That what not ice. Which remind me, I gotta start carrying. Hey, what up, el ICEMAN, el hombre hielitos. Hey, how was your trip?
Julian Luis Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of possession of a narcotic drug, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. You've also got a warrant out of Marana. We'll deal with that one next. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. On the felony, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Sir, the state is okay with you being released to pretrial services, so that's what I'm going to order. You're going to need to check in with them when you get out. Where are you living right now? Do you have housing?
No, not at the moment.
All right, so I want you to go and visit the PIMA County Transition Center, which is a trailer that's right outside of the jail there. They can help you out with housing. They can help you get a phone, get you stable so that you can make sure and get to these hearings. I'm going to give you a really important hearing date, 2 of them. This first one, you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you go to court and you participate in some treatment, you could possibly have these felony charges dismissed before they're ever formally charged, which would be really great for you because you have no prior felonies. So this would allow you to keep your felony record clean. But you have to get to this hearing in Superior Court in 1 week from today. Okay, it's going to be next Friday, January 31st at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's in Superior Court on the 3rd floor. You have to go to that hearing so that you can participate in that program, okay?
Good.
And council waive time?
Yes, Your Honor.
PH is March 10th. And so
And I apologize, could the court just re-verify the steps hearing date for me?
January 31st.
Thank you.
At 9. And so, sir, when you get out, you're gonna go to that trailer, see if you can get a phone and get some housing. You're gonna get in touch with pretrial services and with your attorney at the public defender's office. I'm ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, and now moving on to this Marana warrant. This is for
I'm not taking no phone
a
from
drug
the coppers.
paraphernalia charge. You've got a couple of failures to appear there. So you've got to get to this hearing. You're not going to keep getting released on this anymore. You've got to get to this hearing, okay? So that's going to be in Marana on March 5th at 10 o'clock. You're going to get paperwork with this information on it. Make sure you keep that and get to that hearing. It's not for over a month. So I'm going to release you on your promise to appear there. Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, sir?
All right.
That's all for today. You're excused.
Damn, they've been on a good run
You're
today
welcome.
in Tucson. Almost 2 hours strong.
Mr. Martinez.
He's not gonna go. Maybe, no sé. What do you think? Damn, yeah, the Jesus hair going on right here.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Agustin Isidro Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, I'm seeing you this morning on charges of armed robbery, aggravated assault, and kidnapping. You do have the right to remain silent.
Oh, this dude's a
Anything
level
you say
5
can
on
and will be
GTA.
used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. And I also got some additional information on the interim complaint from the officer who wrote that a search warrant was served at his residence. It says pants, bandana, and a sweatshirt matching the clothing worn during the robberies was recovered. And Mr. Martinez was at the time also wearing white Nike shoes, a matching bracelet. They put in parentheses hair tie and matching rings when he was taken into custody.
Dummy, should have got rid of your
State
clothes.
is asking for a $50,000 bond plus pretrial services.
I do.
Given the
I got 2 streams on. I got 2.
I am seeing no prior criminal history. I don't even think any misdemeanors.
Hit the live tab.
You're on?
Hit the live tab.
It's the state's position that $50,000 is absolutely appropriate in this situation because it would appear the police have him dead to rights, and he, according to what was entered, into the report, he went into the establishment armed with a knife, walked behind the counter, grabbed the victim, and at knife point forced her to open the cash register. He threatened this person's life. There was a knife in play. It was used. This person has demonstrated they are a danger to this community. $50,000 is entirely appropriate.
Thank you, Ms. Kostick.
Your Honor, I'd ask the court to consider his confirmed housing and family support, his lack of felony or misdemeanor history. And the interim complaint was not particularly clear. It just stated that he was armed with a knife, but it did not discuss pointing, gesticulating. I would have expected to see aggravated assault charges had he directly threatened or held the knife to anyone, as the state is alleging. But the interim complaint did not seem to suggest that. It literally, the only reference was armed with the knife. So given that, I would ask the court to consider at least to pretrial services, given his confirmed housing and family support and the lack of felony criminal history. If the court does believe a bond is appropriate, I'd ask for no more than $5,000 secured in this matter based on the indigency and the Arizona Constitution preference for non-monetary conditions.
If you're not tapping, you must be napping. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get to 100K. What up? Let's get to the FYP.
I'll order a $25,000 cash or secured bond released to pretrial services if that bond is posted, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to that incident location. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd. But sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you post your bond, you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. Do you understand?
This is still Tucson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So does that mean I'll be getting out today?
You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Level 5 GTA with your level 5 GTA stars. Yeah. What was his bond? The last thing I heard, they were pushing for 50, but I'm not sure how much they gave him. Did anybody catch that? Like I always say around here, I got the attention span of a squirrel, so I'm easily distracted, and I got multiple things going on behind the scenes. Mercy? He said, will I get out today? In your dreams, Pedro. In your dreams. It's a lot of money. Let's see what this whippersnapper did. Jesus.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Going to need you to stay.
George Anthony Mascio.
Mr. Massengale, I'm seeing you this morning on a charge of organized retail theft. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. You've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
Man, I'm glad to see a shoplifter.
Is asking for a $25,000 bond plus pretrial services.
Thank you for the share.
Given the
organized
extensive felony history.
He don't look
And
too happy.
I'll also note that he apparently told police that his
body language is he's very standoffish. Look at him, crossed arms.
done this many times and gotten away with it, and he's going to continue to do it.
How dare you brag about
I'll
it, you
hear
dummy.
from defense.
Should have told him it was your first time.
Your Honor, I don't have a whole lot of information given that he did plan to participate. So at this time, I'd ask the court to consider his indigent status and the preference for non-monetary conditions.
I'll order a $15,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment is directed by pretrial. Do not return to the incident location, which is Walmart. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd. Sir, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you were to post your bond, you would need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney at the legal defender's office so that you know when to get to court. You understand, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
No more Wally World for him. Nisha.
Milligan.
You better not leave anything around him. He might scoop it up real quick. All right, let's see what this guy did. Man,
sir,
they were
can I get
busy
your full
yesterday
name?
in Tucson.
Michael Edward Milligan.
All right. Mr. Milligan, I'm seeing you because you have a warrant out of Superior Court for failure to appear at your arraignment for a criminal trespass charge in the first degree from a incident date of October 31st of 2024. You
He's
do
a
have the right to
trespasser.
remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. State's asking for a $5,000 bond given the felony history, and failure to appear history. I will note that pretrial services said that he had been released to pretrial services after arrest, and then a summons was mailed, but he didn't have an address.
Christina, thank you for sharing.
He told
Highly
pretrial
appreciate
that
it.
he was in the process of getting into rehab, didn't know about the missed court date.
More tapping. Less yapping. Come on, what's up? Hook it up.
Hear from defense.
We're about to be hitting the
Your Honor, I
100K.
ask the court to consider giving Mr. Milligan another opportunity to appear at his arraignment under his own power. So I'd ask for release to pretrial services. I would note that despite the 3 times felony history, there were no FTAs noted in that felony history
We to yap and
as
tap.
listed. And the issue with the
But no nap.
summons So I would ask the court to consider giving him an opportunity. He now understands
Less
the
nappy, more
severity of
tappy.
consequences if he does not show up. I'd also
Hey,
ask the
Locke,
court to consider
thank
the
you for the
inherent nature of the
like. Highly
offense, which is
appreciate
a
it. Hey, thank
F6
you, Dog Mom.
trespass.
Highly appreciate it.
Did you talk to him about his living situation, housing?
No, I can do that briefly if you'd like, Your Honor.
I'll just ask him. So, sir, where are you living right now?
Gracias.
Do you have housing?
Not stable housing.
Good morning, Spirit River.
So if I were to release you, will you go and visit with the PIMA County Transition Center, which is a trailer that's right out there? They can help you out with housing and getting a phone and things like that.
Hell no, I'm not taking no phones from you
And
guys.
then you'll get in touch with pretrial services because you'll be able to get a phone. And then you need to get to court for an arraignment that's going to be with me in 1 week from today.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm going to give you another shot. I'm going to release you to pretrial services supervision, monitoring or treatment as directed by them. Don't return to that incident location. Your arraignment is scheduled for January 31st at 1:30 in the afternoon. Get to Superior Court at 12:30 though to check in. So you're going to have that hearing with me in Superior Court on the 8th floor. If you're not at that hearing, I'm going to have to issue another warrant. You're very likely not going to get out without a high bond at that point. Do you understand?
I do. I will be good.
I'll see you in a week.
Call me the gingerbread man.
Thank
Hey,
you.
but I will say this, all right?
Thank you.
I'd rather have this guy out than all those other people that are catching on those DV cases. Keep all those people. This guy, let him go.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name? Mr. Newman, I am seeing you this morning on a charge of trespass.
Oh, another one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Hell yes to the trespassing.
You do have the right to
No
remain
to the
silent.
DV.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing.
If she let the other
I'm
trespasser
also
pastor
seeing you on
go,
a
she better let him go.
case that you have pending out of Tucson City Court
Or maybe not. He has some
for
pending
threats
cases.
and disorderly conduct and criminal
Ooh.
trespass.
Another trespass. Oh no.
Uh,
I think he might have just sealed his fate. What do you guys think?
All right, on the new felony charge, the state is asking for a $50,000 bond plus pretrial
50?
services. And I know there's a disconnect there with the charge, but I'm kind of in agreement with the state that it sure feels like there should have been more serious charges here, and there likely will be from the grand jury.
Oh, damn. Good luck to you. Vayas con Dios, amigo.
So I'll hear from defense.
I'd ask the court to consider Mr. Newman's limited felony failure to appear history. Goes back all the way to 1999, only one failure to appear on felony matters. I'd ask the court to consider that if the interim complaint does not allege an actual weapon, just the implied use of a weapon, which I think is why probably there were not aggravated assault charges or any type of weapons-related charges associated because of the implication that the actual weapon. So for that reason, I would ask the court to consider something substantially less given Mr. Newman's indigent status.
I think his goose might be cooked. What happens to the 3
Your Honor,
law?
this reads like a home invasion. And this person has extensive felony and misdemeanor history of DV and robbery. He, as well as IJP, assault, disorderly conduct, act harassment, DUI, etc., etc. The state feels he is a risk to the victim and the community.
Oh, he's a bad man. The prosecutor pulled out all the stops. He aired out all his dirty laundry. You ain't going nowhere, Mr.
Right, I'm going to order a $25,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed. No firearms or weapons. No acts of domestic violence. No contact of any kind with the victim. Don't go within 1,000 feet of her residence.
Bass. Hey, Didi, thank you for the like and eyes of an angel. He's cooked.
And you also cannot obviously contact her on the phone, text, email, etc.
put a fork in him because he's done.
Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 3rd, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post the bond, you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court.
Dude had hella priors.
All right, I'm also seeing you on a Tucson City Court.
Don't drop the soap.
Case,
Eyes of an
warrant
angel.
issued
What? I would get a
for
soap on the
failure
rope
to
just to be safe.
appear. I'm going to order a $250 cash bond.
Watching the parole. Hey, you're a real one, Stevie. Gracias. Highly appreciated.
No contact with that victim.
I can't watch both of them. I get distracted. I'm like, man, which one do I
And
pay
I will
attention to?
appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Apparently there was a motion to quash hearing that was scheduled for February 3rd. We'll go ahead and vacate that and set a video
Watching
review
it
hearing
on my TV.
for January 31st at 1:45. If you were to be out of custody, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on February 25th at 9 o'clock.
I'm pretty sure at this point, my wife, she's tired of listening to Board of Parole hearings. It's like I'm
All
streaming
right, sir.
them all day.
That's all. You're excused.
Next. Damn, if they keep this up right now, we might just transition over directly to Maricopa County. 8 minutes for that stream to start. Damn, and I have to use the restroom. What should I do? Flush the toilet? My husband. OMG.
Hi, ma'am.
Excuse me, counsel, did you receive my amended
you and this James
recommendation
character.
on Ms. Parker?
No, I did not. When was it?
I shall send it right now.
Erica Lynn Parker.
I think I'm going to do that.
Sorry?
Let me just move this.
I was just wondering what it was.
The $7,500 in lieu of no bond?
Yeah,
That's
I see that, but I don't understand the no bond. She doesn't have any charges, does she?
Let me look.
She has 2 pending CRs.
So let's see. Let's see. It looks like, so I'm just seeing her as far as felonies go on the, why am I not seeing her on the other one? The only one I have in front of me right now is the April 20th, 2024 charges of theft of a credit card, fraudulent use of a credit card, and computer tampering. But it looks like I just issued, because I just issued a warrant yesterday, maybe, on the drug charges. I bet that's what happened. But so they haven't come to you yet?
We'll get something up.
All right, so I think she'll be seen probably once that gets to the jail, that warrant. It hasn't made its way there yet.
And that warrant is an FTA warrant or new charges?
That's an FTA charge, it's an FTA warrant from arraignment yesterday.
What'd she
She
do?
was released to pretrial. And then was she released, or did she pick up these charges at the time she was released? Let me see if I can figure that out. Case was dismissed November 1st of 2024. It was refiled December 12th. So no, this would not be a no bond situation.
I stand corrected, Your Honor.
Okay.
So we're just here on the bench warrant for failure to appear on the CR 2024-4731. Is the court Does the court have the power to address the 2025 warrant at this time, given that it did issue it?
Unfortunately, no, because our clerks don't have that. She hasn't been, the jail doesn't even have that information. So,
I wonder if it might make sense. It probably will make its way to the jail by the PM. I wonder if it might make sense to roll Ms. Parker over just to the PM so that both can be addressed at the same time. We'd be making the same arguments, which would be to quash the warrant, set an arraignment, release her to pretrial services. So I can make a note to our covering attorney. We can be efficient with her time.
That sounds good to me.
No objection.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so we'll continue. And then there's also a couple of justice court warrants too. So we'll continue all of those to tonight's session.
Sometimes I do.
Thank you so much.
It depends.
You're welcome.
Sometimes I work.
And if you could just give me just a moment to explain everything to Ms. Parker to ensure she understands what's going on.
Sure.
Okay.
But I guess I have to, man. I mean, I got you guys hooked. I got no choice now. Can't cut you guys off now, right? No, you know what? They do hearings on Saturday and Sunday too, which is cool about Arizona. So it's nonstop. Hey, thank you. I highly appreciate for that sub on the tube. Did you say work? You have a? I do. You know what? Unfortunately, this week I didn't get any hours this week on the schedule, so that's why I've been on so much. That's why I've been like nonstop. So keep myself busy. But I normally work at least 3 times a week. I normally work Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays. But I didn't pick any hours up, so I just I'm here doing this. We lifers here.
Morning, Judge.
Another one.
Morning. Give me just a moment, please.
Take your time, Judge. Take your time. Hey, let me ask you guys something, because the Maricopa one is gonna start right now. Do you want to stay here until it finishes? You want me to finish the Tucson one and then go over to the Maricopa one, or as soon as 10 hits, should I just go over to the Maricopa one? You guys tell me. Stay here. Okay. All right. Cool. Switch. Go to Maro. Let's see what you guys decide. You guys tell me where to go. If you stay here, then I'll stay. If not, then I'll go. You guys tell me. Stay. Maricopa's juicy. Switch. Stay here. Man, I'm so torn. I don't know what to do. Stay. I'll do a poll. Okay, I'll do a poll. We'll do a quick poll right now. Let me see here. Poll. Sticker poll. Custom. I'm gonna do a 1-minute poll. Just put yes or no to go or to stay. It doesn't matter. Just do it. There it goes. It's up. The poll's gonna be up here in the corner. There it is.
Right. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Manuel Ramos.
Ramos, I am seeing you this morning on a charge of aggravated assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State's asking for a $7,500 bond given the allegations here. I am seeing no prior criminal history of any kind. I'll hear from defense.
All right.
Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider release to pretrial services under these circumstances, given his 1-1 on the PSA, his lack of any felony prior history.
On the corner left.
I would
right
also
there.
note, I understand that the charge on its face looks quite serious, but when I read the interim complaint, what I read is a man sleeping in his own car in a parking lot who might have been startled by the security guard, who absolutely had the right to check on him. But it may very well have been a very serious misunderstanding. I don't see any allegations that he pursued, that he left the vehicle, that it was through a window. All I see is just a man who may have been startled in defending his own property under the circumstances. Given his lack of criminal history, given his verified housing with his girlfriend, I don't think that Mr. Ramos presents much of a flight risk or a risk to reoffend at this time. So I would ask the court to release to pretrial services. If the court feels a bond is absolutely necessary, I'd ask for nothing more than $1,000 to the services.
Hey, so I'm gonna finish this. We'll go ahead and let this one finish.
Poston, you want to be heard any further?
And then we'll go over.
Your Honor, the fact is it was outside of a tavern, and
it was a Golden Corral, not a tavern.
Golden Nugget.
No, Golden Nugget.
Oh, Golden Nugget? No, I apologize. Okay. Fair enough.
Big difference.
No, it's a bar, not the Stratford feed. What I see, Your Honor, is outside of a tavern, one of the staff members was doing their job by just doing rounds around the parking lot. Person saw somebody passed out, which on its face reads like somebody who may have been passed out drunk, but I'm not alleging that. She knocked on the door and knocked on the window trying to see what was going on and was immediately faced with a shotgun. Sounds like a huge overreaction and could have ended very, very poorly had anything else happen. State believes that this is demonstrative of risky behavior and warrants a bond.
I'm going to order release to pretrial services supervision. So you're going to check in with them when you get out, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. Sir, I'm ordering that you have no firearms or weapons in your possession at any time. So if you still have any firearms at your residence or in your vehicle or anywhere, those need to go somewhere else. You cannot have those. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, different. They need to just go somewhere else. You can't
Your Honor,
be around them.
For the firearms to be handed over to law enforcement, experiences taught the state that handing them to mom, dad, cousin, brother tends to be kind of a false transfer because they're always available.
I don't think that the state has the right to ask for that, Your Honor. He has no personal or particular history of not conforming or complying with court orders. So at this time, Mr. Ramos understands his obligation not to be in the possession of a firearm. He does not have to relinquish his property.
Okay. So just to be clear, Mr. Ramos, I'm not going to make you hand them over to law enforcement. But they need to immediately be out of your possession. And your possession means if they're going to, your mom's house, you can't then be at your mom's house. You can't be anywhere where there are guns in your, that you could then get in your control. Okay?
I'll sell them for the.
Okay.
I understand that.
Okay. And talk to your attorney if you've got any more questions about what that means. Okay. So preliminary hearing date is scheduled for February 13th at 1:30. That hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So it's going to be very important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. And let me also just order that you have no contact with the alleged victim and that you not go back to that incident location. Okay?